Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over some of my skincare routine for the fall/winter. As you guys know, as the seasons change, so does our skincare needs. And if you want to find out what I do to maintain my skin, stay tuned. Guys, so as you already know, the winter is upon us and we are getting dry, we're getting scratchy, all that good stuff. You just know how it goes. So I have had to update my skincare routine and I will be going over some of those products that I use and also giving you guys some updates on some items that I've been using that I have not gotten an opportunity to review, but definitely will give you a brief one during this. First things first. Once all of this comes off of my face, obviously the goal is to get it off without having to do entirely too much rubbing, and all that stuff can irritate the skin and also just tug at your skin too much. And that's not something you want to do, especially when you are wearing makeup all the time. So this is what I use to take off the first, I'm gonna call it 2 layers of makeup and whatnot, just to get it off. These have been a staple that I have used for many moons, and I have yet to find a wipe that works just as well. Outside of the brand new MAC wipes that come in the pink package, which are the Gentle Off wipes, which are amazing too. But for the most part, I usually take makeup wipes to get the majority of it off, and then I go in with Albolene. So if you guys don't know what this is, boxers used to use this to make themselves sweat. But it's basically, I mean, you can't even see inside of it because it's like white to the bottom. It almost has the consistency of Vaseline, but it basically liquefies on contact and gets the rest of the makeup off. These are my 2 staple products no matter what. I've used many makeup removers, many makeup wipes, and none of them work the same as these 2 in combination for my own skin. So that's what I use to get makeup off, and then I move on. So for the most part, once I put the Albolene on, I'm usually headed in the shower anyway. So I'll let that sit on my face while I do my first bodily scrub. And then when it's time to get to work on my face and neck area and whatnot, rinse, the Albolene off obviously first. And then I'll first go in with the Marine Bright formula. This is very reflective, so I'm kind of holding it back so it doesn't blind you guys. But this cleanser is amazing. I've already told you guys how I feel about it. This is still in my routine because it is still relevant. It's not causing any changes to the skin or drying me out where I need to switch to something different. But this is an amazing cleanser, and I, again, recommend it if you can get your hands on some because it's worth every penny. After I've washed my face with the Lightful C, I usually will then, if I haven't, and I still use the brush, the Pure brush that I got, and still use that brush. It still works amazing, and I still feel like my skin gets very clean when I use that brush. So I am still using it, and usually with that, if I've used the Lightful C, I will go in with either the M.A.C Mineralize Volcanic Ash Exfoliator, which you guys saw from the last video as well. This is such a staple. If I'm going to use the Pure brush, I will use the Glam Glow Thirsty Cleanse, which is really good. I like this because it's very hydrating. Obviously, after you've washed your face more than once or twice, your skin starts to feel a little too clean, as I like to call it. So I like this because this puts a little push of moisture back in the skin, so I don't have to feel like, okay, my skin is stripped. It's clean, but it's stripped. This pushes moisture back into the skin, and no different if I don't choose to use the the cleansing brush, then I'll just go in with this because it does have a light exfoliator that breaks down very quickly and also pushes moisture back into the skin, leaves the skin very soft and supple. So those are pretty much those things that I do while in the shower, so to speak. So that's pretty much the process with that. Let's move on to out of the shower. Okay, so the first thing I do is pat my skin dry and whatnot. I don't pat it completely dry, pretty much dampen. And I usually will go in and spray either Fix Plus or something like that that just has a hydrating factor first. And then I will go in with Farsali Unicorn Essence Drops. So about this, so we can take the time out to do a brief breakdown and review. I bought this a couple of weeks ago, and I actually got the trial size because I wanted to try it before I bought it completely. And I'm looking like, shoot, you could have just spent the extra $25 and got it. But either way, I really like this. This is supposed to be packed with antioxidants and, you know, skin enhancing minerals, all that good stuff, vitamins, whatever they want to say is inside of it. But I have noticed that my skin does take the product a lot better when I put this on first. So roughly speaking, this is the first thing that goes on my skin after I've done all my cleansing and whatnot and gotten out of the shower. I'll give this, you know, a minute or two to kind of absorb before I move on to the next step in my skincare routine. So after the Farsali has absorbed, I usually go in with anything else that I need to put on my skin that needs to absorb before I do my last step, which I will show you as well. But as of late, because I have been on the mission to make sure not only my mind and body is clear, but also my skin, honey. So I started doing the Obagi treatment. I think it's Obagi or Obagi, whatever it's called. This one does have hydroquinone, so if you're not a fan of that, which is technically speaking a bleaching agent, but it targets the melanin that is obviously sticking out opposed to all the other melanin, and I have seen excellent results thus far, and I've been using this for about 4 weeks now. So I use that in combination with Retin A. I do this one in the morning alongside my moisturizer, and I do these two in the evening, the Retin A and the actual blender of this. It's not like reading the ingredients, it's the same thing, just so you guys know. The difference is the AM version pretty much targets the top layers of the pigmentation that may be out of line, whereas the PM version of it drives this deeper, gets deeper into the skin. It drives it deeper so that it can work on that level as well. So from what I understand, you should be doing both of these and not just one, especially if you're going to be using the Retin A. With Retin A, I know a lot of people have issues with redness, the peeling, all those things. For the most part, when I use it with this or whatnot, because I have not used it on its own, it has minimized the peeling, and this is at 0.05%. I'm sorry if that's, yeah, this is at 0.05%. It's prescription. You have to have prescription to get it, so to speak. But using that blended or mixed in with the Obagi or whatnot, I haven't had any major peeling at all. The little bit of peeling that happens at a very surface level that I can use one of those or buff puffs as they call them or whatnot. I can use one of the really, really light ones that's not scratchy and pick up any excess, you know, skin that's come up at night or whatnot without having any issues with peeling or it interfering with my makeup application during the day. So that's definitely a good thing. My complexion, obviously you can't really see it, obviously I have makeup on, but I can tell the difference in my complexion already. And again, I've only been using it for about 4 weeks now. It looks a lot more bright, radiant, just my skin just looks that much better, and I'm like, okay. But yes, that's what I'm doing as far as, we'll say, medical grade skincare routine. But that is technically part of my skincare routine. And I usually will allow the Retin A and Obagi to sit on my skin for at least 7 to 10 minutes before I move on with anything else. And that's only to make sure that whatever was going to absorb actually does absorb and it's not being moved around by anything else that I'm putting on my skin. I will then go in with, and this was sent to me for PR purposes, but it is amazing, and I will certainly be replenishing it once this runs out, and I'm sure it's going to take forever to run out for what I use it for. This is the AMEERA London Liquid Gold. I was contacted by the owner of the company, and they reached out, and I'm presuming that was after I was featured on the Shop Huda Beauty. But either way, they reached out to me and asked if I would like to try the product or whatnot, and I said, of course, why not? And this is pretty much pure argan oil. I don't know what I have been missing in my life, but if you have not got up on it, you need to get up on it. I'm usually apprehensive to putting oils on my face because a lot of times they feel entirely too heavy on my skin, and I just know how I feel about oils. I know I'm not a fan of literally putting oils on my skin, but this one is light enough that once you put it on, it absorbs nicely and you don't have any of that oily feeling. If I feel like I may have put too much on, because that's the only time I feel oily is when I put a little bit too much on, then turn around and just use a little bit of this to kind of mattify it, and it'll actually kind of absorb some of the oil. So it's really good. These have been my holy grail in all of my skincare thus far. I just love the fact that this leaves my skin super, super soft. And I haven't had any breakouts. excuse me, you can use this on your, you know, like I said, hair, skin, nails kind of deal. But again, this is AMEERA London, and I will put the link for their information down below in case you want to give this a try or check it out. But I do recommend it. I think the bottle this size goes for about $20 US, and it ships from the UK, but it gets here very quickly. I think once they send it out, they ship through, I want to say DHL, and it came in about 3-4 days after it shipped, so it gets to you pretty quickly. That is my skincare routine for winter of 2017. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything you want to know about certain skincare products, feel free to ask, because I have been changing up some things again because of the weather. So certain things are not working as well, but this combination of items has been working the best for me, and that's what I'm sticking with throughout the winter. And these two, I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of these. These, like I said, have been my holy grail. Hopefully they don't cause no drama, but I'm like, I'm even looking at my skin on camera, I can see the difference in the radiance, and that's what's up with makeup on. I can see the difference. But yes, thank you all for watching. If you guys have any comments, concerns, suggestions, or whatever, things that you want to see reviewed, please let me know, and I'll do my best to review them ASAP. You guys know I have a ton of makeup, so if there's a certain makeup product that you want more in-depth review on, feel free to leave a comment, and I will do my best to get back to you and do something about. Even if it's a tutorial you guys want to see, I can do that too. Just know that tutorials take time to edit, so I don't want to hear no mess. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, like, comment, subscribe, and also share, so that way others can see what we do on this side of the fence. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. If you guys want to be notified when I upload something new, hit that little bell below, and it will send a notification when I do upload something new, and I'm doing my best to make sure that I upload something new at least once a week. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.